Welcome to the Awesome Pod Mix. You are listening to Abby. The idea behind this podcast was to talk about how certain movies and TV shows made me feel when I watched them for the very first time. A reputed filmmaker once said, "When a piece of art invokes a similar feeling amidst a large audience, it's the triumph of the filmmaker. That's the magic of cinema. I love the magic of cinema." Today, I'll be talking about the fifth episode of Marvel Studios' She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Whether Marvel creates movies or TV shows, they are all cinematic. This episode's title is Mean, Green, and Straight Poured into These Jeans, written by Dana Schwartz and directed by Anu Walia. It's the fourth series to have a Kevin Feige production credit after Hawkeye, Moon Knight, and Ms. Marvel. The episode opens with Titania's She-Hulk commercial. It's all over LA. The TV, the hoardings, the Pro Say Law 360 podcast. Ched barges into Jen's house and asks her to sign the She-Hulk products. Ched even starts to explain to Jen how Trademark works, and that makes Jen scream into a throw pillow. The title appears, She-Hulk by Titania, and the She-Hulk colors turn pink. Jen confronts Titania for using the name She-Hulk for her brand products and for suing her. At the office, Jen clarifies that she's not upset about the trademark lawsuit, but being She-Hulk does have its benefits, like better hair, no hangover, and being able to walk in the streets at night without fear. As Nikki says, that is every woman's dream. Yes, Nikki, you are correct. That is a true fact. Pug approaches Nikki to accompany him in procuring limited edition Iron Man 3 Air Jordan-like shoes. The seller has a one pair per customer limit. Nikki asks why does he need two? He says one to rock and one to stock. Nikki respects that. I do too. Mr. Pugliese, even I'm the kind of person who likes to own identical pair of things that I like. Nikki girl, you and I need to be friends. Nikki calls in her favor early when she learns that Pug knows a guy who makes superhero clothing. As Jen watches Titania's Instagram video, she says she's over it, but she clearly is not. Girl, take your time. You can take all the time in the world to process it as and how you please. Pug and Nikki visit a Boba cafe, which is a front for superhero clothing business. When they enter the cafe, there's a QR code on the right which takes you to 2004 She-Hulk issue number 10. After a bit of embarrassing bootleg Avengers merch purchasing, they manage an appointment with the designer Luke Jacobson. At GLK&H, Holloway wants Jen to make the lawsuit go away. Mallory Book takes up Jen's case and suggests countersuing, but she wants Jen to dress better. Jen doesn't think she needs to, but Mallory and Nikki disagree. At the courthouse, Titania makes fun of Jen and calls her Shrek. She Shrek? Shrek Hulk. Mallory is a badass lawyer in court. More power to her. She has a counter for every allegation put forth by Titania's lawyer. Nikki and Jen visit designer Luke Jacobson. Nikki informs Jen that she told the designer that Jen is an Avenger. Nikki has to reconvince the designer that She-Hulk will be an Avenger. It's not announced yet, but Hulk is her cousin. Designer Luke Jacobson asks, "By blood?" She responds, "Yes, by blood." Of course, his blood transformed her into She-Hulk, and her transformed blood healed Bruce's charred arm. They are literally blood relatives. When Luke Jacobson asks what kind of superheroing would she do in the suit, she says she needs a business suit because Jen is a lawyer. She'll come back to you for the superhero suit for sure, Luke. Luke Jacobson thinks it's a waste of his time and talent. Nikki intervenes to convince Luke that Jen needs a suit that would fit her human form and her She-Hulk form, which definitely requires his time and talent. Jen shows Luke her normal human form. She wants customized outfits that would adapt to both her bodies. Back at GLK&H, Jen spots Todd speaking to Mallory. He happens to be Mallory's client. This Todd guy is shady as hell. Mallory even puts him in his place when she says no touching. When Todd tells Jen that they must reconnect soon, Jen rolls over so quickly, even though Jen thinks Todd is creepy, disgusting, and monstrous. Never go out with him for drinks, he wants your blood. Jen and Nikki discuss Jen's terrible dates as She-Hulk, which sparks an idea in Jen to win her case and call all her dates to the witness stand. In the courtroom, Mallory begins by reading Jen's dating profile before a judge. As Jen's dates give their testimonies about She-Hulk, Jen Hulk sinks in her chair out of embarrassment. Jen thanks Mallory even though Jen would require several sessions of therapy post the humiliation. I like that Mallory is supportive of Jen. She says that Jen can do better and deserves better. You go, girl. Jen offers to buy a drink for Mallory as a thank you. Mallory accepts. At the bar, Jen exclaims that she's so glad Mallory is her friend. Mallory gives her a look that suggests we are not quite there yet. She does hope Jen gets better clothes. Speaking of which, Jen heads to Luke Jacobson's designer shop. Luke makes Jen try on a suit and has even made her a little something extra. Jen says she's unsure if she would have an occasion to wear that piece of clothing. I think it's the silver dress that Jen wears on the red carpet in the trailer. Luke Jacobson is upset because one of his client's costume boxes is left unattended. Tinsley, does client confidentiality mean nothing to you? Inside that box is Daredevil's headgear. Damn, I can't wait for Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, to make an appearance so that I can drool over his perfect abs. In the credit illustrations, Holloway can be seen having Booty Boost smoothie. We see Pug's limited edition collectibles. Apart from Iron Man 3, there's Scarlet Spider, Captain America, Hulk, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Cyclops, Deadpool, The Thing, and Moon Knight. There are more, but I'm not certain about them. Sadly, there is no post-credit scene in this episode. You can listen to the awesome pod mix and subscribe to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts. If you like what I'm doing, I'll soon be launching the awesome pod mix page on Patreon, and you can support me there. Thanks for listening.